How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
It's time for high school basketball on ESPN Radio 1380 and 100.9 FM, presented by Indiana Physical Therapy. Now let's go courtside for all the action.
Earlier this afternoon, the Homestead Spartans, in their first ever appearance in the SAC Holiday Tournament, won a girls' championship with a convincing 100-40 win over the Southside Archers. Tonight, the Carroll Chargers boys team tries to do the same and win the SAC Holiday Tournament in their first ever appearance as the Carroll Chargers take on the Northside Redskins. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Wayne High School for the championship of the SAC Holiday Tournament presented by Parkview Sports Medicine. A good crowd filing into Wayne High School, as you'd expect, for a championship between two teams with impressive one-loss records. For the Carroll Chargers, they come in ranked third in the state in the Indiana Basketball Coaches Association coaches poll and fifth in the Class 4A AP poll with a perfect 7-0 mark. The Northside Redskins, just one blemish on the record. That was December 18th, about a week ago, when they lost on their home floor by 2 to the Snyder Panthers. Well, they avenged that loss in the semifinal rounds of this tournament, defeating Snyder soundly 65-43 on Wednesday, while Carroll defeated Homestead 62-43. That's how these two teams made it into tonight's championship. For the Carroll Chargers, they defeated Southside in their opening round 72-57, and the Northside Redskins defeated Concordia in the opening round. A sluggish start, but they turned it around in the second half and outscored Concordia big in the second half of the game to win 58-44. For the Northside Redskins, they will start with their big man, Jalen Butt, 6'10". He's a junior, plays the post inside, and, of course, working the perimeter, Keon Brooks, a very talented 6'8", slender freshman who will work as a wing for Northside, and head coach Shabazz Khalik in his sixth year at Northside with 86 wins against 35 losses. Meanwhile, for Carroll, their big man is their big man, and that is Kyle Mallers, a 6'7" senior. He'll play primarily on the wing, but he can take you to the basket. He can also hit the three-point shot, and he will be a key for the Carroll Chargers tonight. If you look at the history between these two, it can't get much closer. Over the last 30 years, they played 26 times, both teams with 13 victories. The last time the two met was in the sectional in March, and Carroll was a 57-51 winner over the Northside Redskins. Well, the girls' game earlier today, a one-sided affair. We don't expect this one to be quite like that. Homestead just dominated the girls' bracket, winning 3 games by a combined total of 161 points, including putting up a school record 100 points in the championship earlier today against the second-place team, the Southside Lady Archers. And the Homestead Spartans won 100-40. Carissa McLaughlin led 5 Homestead Lady Spartans in double figures as Homestead improved their record to 12-0, and they head to a game next week against Indianapolis Roncalli down in Bankers Life Fieldhouse. Meanwhile, Southside fell to 9-6, and they had previously won 8 of their previous 9 games. For Carroll, they score 63.6 points per game and give up just 41.6. One of the better defensive teams and one of the more disciplined teams you'll see in the area. For Northside, they score 71.3, giving up 49.1. Well, the teams are warming up here on the floor, and we're so glad you're joining us tonight for this SAC Holiday Tournament. It's made possible on the radio by the good folks at Parkview Sports Medicine. They are your dream team with the physicians from Parkview Health. You've got AWP for the training, and of course Sport One for your athletic rehabilitation and physical rehabilitation. You can always count on your dream team at Parkview Sports Medicine. The Northside Redskins came into this tournament as the number 3 seed. Snyder was number 2, Carroll number 1. The girls' side had Homestead as the number 1 seed, and they swept through the tournament without much trouble. For Carroll, their 2 previous wins have been by 15 and 19 points over Southside and Homestead, respectively. So Carroll trying to do what Homestead did earlier today, get the top seed in the tournament, sweep through it, and win the holiday tournament in your first ever appearance in the tournament. Of course, this is the first year for Homestead and Carroll to be part of the Summit Athletic Conference, giving us 10 teams, meaning that play started on Monday. There were play-in games on Monday, not really play-in games, but an opening round on Monday, leading into the quarterfinals Tuesday, semifinals Wednesday, and then a couple of days off to celebrate Christmas before coming back today for the championship games, with the girls playing this afternoon and the boys playing tonight. It is the 7-1 Northside Redskins taking on the 7-0 third-ranked Carroll Chargers. The boys' championship game of the SAC Holiday Tournament presented by Parkview Sports Medicine. We'll have starting lineups and the opening tip coming up next. You're listening to high school basketball presented by Indiana Physical Therapy at the SAC Holiday Tournament from Parkview Sports Medicine on ESPN Radio, 1380 and 100.9 FM.
When an injury knocks you out of the game, call Parkview Sports Medicine. Whether you're an aspiring pro or a recreational athlete, our team of orthopedic surgeons, physical therapists, and athletic trainers will provide you with rapid access to comprehensive care and sport-specific rehabilitation. Parkview Sports Medicine will get you back to the action quickly and safely, because the game just isn't the same without you. Call Parkview Sports Medicine today at 260-266-4007 and make our team of expert physicians your dream team. We'll get you back in the game.
Indiana Physical Therapy is your choice in Northern Indiana. Just like filling a medication prescription from your doctor, you have the right to choose who provides your physical therapy. And IPT accepts all insurance coverage. IPT is open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and offers same-day appointments with 14 conveniently located clinics. Go to IndianaPT.com to find the clinic near you. Contact Indiana Physical Therapy to start your therapy today. Celebrating 27 years in business, Indiana Physical Therapy is your choice for physical therapy. Call 260-209-2464 or visit IndianaPT.com.
Welcome back to the Dog Show. Up next, we have Satchmo. Satchmo is a member of the Shelter Pet Group.
That's right, a group known especially for their couch-snuggling, ball-chasing, face-licking, tail-wagging, backyard hanging, and, of course, companionship.
And what breed would you say Satchmo is?
I'd have to go with maybe a lavish terrier hound chihuahua-looking kind of mix.
Tremendous dog.
I'd also like to point out Satchmo's coloring, a white, gray, brown, black brindle, simply marvelous.
You know, it's such a treat to watch a dog like this.
Let's see him in action.
Look how he makes eye contact with his person.
That's actually known as the treat stare.
How intuitive. And now he appears to be excitedly turning in circles.
The happy dance, so common with this group.
And finally, the loving face lick.
It's great how he just gets in there and, well, licks.
Fantastic. But really, the best way to know an amazing shelter pet like Satchmo is to meet one.
Visit theshelterpetproject.org today. Adopt.
Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
You're listening to High School Basketball, presented by Indiana Physical Therapy on ESPN 1380 and 100.9 FM.
The SAC Holiday Tournament from Wayne High School, presented by Parkview Sports Medicine, both in person and on the radio. Now it's time to take a look at the starting lineups for tonight's game. First, the visitors, the Northside Redskins. They're coached by Shabazz Khalik. He is in his 6th year coaching at Northside, his 8th year overall. They start with 6'10" junior Jalen Butts in the middle. Joined by point guard Elijah Holmes, a 5'9" junior, and Devontae Kinney, a 5'9" junior. Brandon Johnson plays on the wing, a 6'2" sophomore, and another wing will be Keon Brooks, a 6'8" freshman. For the Carroll Chargers, they will start Jacob Redding, a 6'1 junior, a sharpshooter from the outside, with their point guard Avery Fath, a 5'10 senior. Darius Jones will be on the wing. He's a 6'3 sophomore. Kyle Mallers is a 6'7 senior, and Kellen Brown, a 6'3 senior. Northside is the lower seed, so they're in their road red uniforms with white numbers. Black North across the front, skins where you would normally see a name above the back number. Meanwhile, for the Carroll Chargers, home white uniforms, they've got the dark blue and black accents, and both teams on the floor. Carroll will go left or right here in the opening half, while Northside goes right to left. The Carroll bench down on the sideline to my left, while the Northside bench to the sideline down to the right. The officials are set. It is game time, and we're just about to get our opening tip. Stepping into the center circle for the Carroll Chargers, it's Kyle Mallers at 6'7", Jalen Butts at 6'10". In the circle for the Northside Redskins, ball in the air, and Carroll will win the tip as Mallers went up and out jumped Jalen Butts. Here's Fath on the right wing. It goes to Arius Jones, dribbles to the center of the floor and throws left side to Brown. He'll drive, he'll kick. Open three, Mallers. It's no good, but Jones goes way up for a rebound and a whistle. And an early foul is going to be called on Northside. Brandon Johnson will pick up the first foul of the game, just 19 seconds in. Carroll will inbound from underneath the basket. Avery Fath will trigger. The Chargers will line up in a box around the lane, and it's going to be Redding popping out toward the corner. A 15-foot baseline jumper, no good. Northside a tip and the rebound. Mallers tipped it out. Now he's got it back. Low block, double pump, goes up, and he draws a foul against Keon Brooks. And Kyle Mallers will go to the free throw line to shoot a pair. 30 seconds into the game, Keon Brooks picks up his first. The freshman has had some issues with foul trouble, and he picks up an early one here to the line. Kyle Mallers trying to get the first point on the board for the Carroll Chargers, and the first free throw's good. Mallers at 6'7", will be heading to Ball State University to play his collegiate basketball. Second free throw is also good, so Mallers converts both at the free throw line, and it's an early 2-0 lead for the Carroll Chargers. Now the Redskins working with Devontae Kinney at the point. He'll split the circles, throw left to Elijah Holmes, back to Kinney. Carroll will start in what appears to be either a loose man, a matchup, or a zone. It looks like they're trying to match up out of this defense. Ball's on the left wing. Brooks shooting it. His three, no good. And it's Jacob Redding who pulls down the rebound for the Carroll Chargers. We're 1 minute in. And here goes Arius Jones giving off to Brown. Layup, count it, and a foul. Kellen Brown exploded down the lane, got fouled by Devontae Kinney. That's his first, and already the third against the Redskins. Just 1 minute, 6 seconds in, and to the line, trying to finish off a three-point play, give his team a 5-0 lead is Kellen Brown, and he's perfect on the free throw. 5-0 Carroll Chargers. Northside with the basketball. Kinney will give it up to Elijah Holmes, left side. He'll look toward the corner, then cross-court it. Kinney drives in the lane, gives off to Holmes at the left elbow. Right side now to Kinney. Chargers packing it in. Here goes Kinney driving up off glass. There's a whistle. The ball halfway down came back out. But Devontae Kinney will go to the free throw line to shoot a pair of free throws. The foul on Arius Jones. The 6'3 sophomore picks up the first team foul against the Carroll Chargers. Kinney, a 5'9 junior. Flips it and got it. Northside on the board, 5-1. 6:31 to play here in the opening quarter. Kinney with three bounces and the right-hand flip, and that's good as well. And it's 5-2. Carroll in front. Chargers with the ball. Now Northside will set up full court pressure, but Kyle Mallers will easily dribble it into the front court as Jalen Butts backs off. Mallers dribbles to the right and flips it right sideline to Jones. He'll dribble toward the middle of the floor. Crossover. He goes to drive down the lane. Lost the handle. Ball free in the lane. Brooks pulls it away. Gives it up to Devontae Kinney. And here comes the Redskins. Kinney, a drive down the right side of the lane. Gives it off to Butts underneath. And Jalen Butts will lay it in. Northside within a point. 5-4. We go under 6 minutes here in our opening quarter. Jacob Redding on the dribble. The crossover to the foul line. Kick out in the corner. Jones tries baseline. Crosses it across the lane to Kellen Brown. And Brown a little 12-foot jumper. Good. 5 points for Kellen Brown. The lead is 7-4 for the Carroll Chargers. Elijah Holmes to Kinney. Back to Holmes. They play catch on the perimeter. And Holmes will hit a 17-footer. Had 2 feet just inside the arc. 7-6. Holmes with his first bucket. There's Kellen Brown double teamed on the perimeter. And there's a reach-in foul. It's number 2 on Brandon Johnson out on the perimeter. 2 early fouls on the north side sophomore. Brandon Johnson will put him to the bench. And Juan Quarles, a transfer out of Concordia High School, will make an appearance. 2 minutes and 42 seconds into the game for the Northside Redskins. Chargers leading at 7-6. They've got the basketball. Kyle Mallers to the left wing. It's Brown. Top of the key. Jones rotates it right side to Fath. Up between the circles. Kellen Brown immediately looks left and does give it left to Jones. Back to the middle of the floor to Fath. Right side Mallers. 3 on its way, and it's no good. Rebound on the far side. Taken near the corner by Elijah Holmes. He'll give it up to Devontae Kinney to the top of the key. Right side Holmes. Corner. It's Quarles firing and hitting a 3-ball. Didn't take long for Juan Quarles to heat up. He's got Northside with the lead, 9-7. Mallers at the foul line, down the lane. Nice reverse layup as he splits the defense. Mallers with 4 points, and it's tied 9-9. 4:25 clock runs first quarter. Devontae Kinney left side to Elijah Holmes. Back to Kinney. In the lane, he kicks out. Holmes another shot from the same spot, and he hits it again with his feet on the 3-point line. He's got 2 buckets from that same spot as Carroll backs off and packs the middle. 11-9 Redskins. Arius Jones, sideline Fath, fakes the shot. Now dribbles up high on the left sideline in the corner to Arius Jones. He'll give a shot fake, but Brooks won't buy it. Now up top to Kyle Mallers. Mallers at 6'7", throws it to the right side to Brown, who dribbles into the top of the key, gives off to Jones. Jones dribbles behind his back, and it's picked. Pocket pick by Devontae Kinney. Give off to Brooks. Brooks will put it in and draw a whistle. A foul, and the bucket counts. Jacob Redding guilty of the foul. Count the bucket for the freshman, Keon Brooks. 13-9. Northside the lead. And the 6'8" Keon Brooks steps to the foul line to try to finish off a 3-point play, and he does. 14-9, a 5-point lead for the Redskins. A 10-2 run for Northside. 3:33, and the clock winds down here in the first quarter. Kellen Brown comes front court, gives on the left wing to Kyle Mallers, who immediately dribbles up to between the circles, throws right side to Anthony Martin. Martin checks into the game. Gets pressured by Brooks, so he gives it to Brown. Back to Martin left wing in the post. Mallers beat his man, and he went up. Got Quarles in the air, and Quarles came down on a piggyback ride with Kyle Mallers. Mallers is going to go to the line to shoot a pair of free throws. The foul on Juan Quarles will be his first, and the 5th on the team. 14-9 Northside. 3:10 remaining in the opening quarter. Looking for his 5th point is Kyle Mallers, and it's good. And Mallers is now 3 for 3 at the free throw line. 14-10. Kellen Brown will sit down. He's replaced by Riley Perlick, a 6'4" sophomore, as Mallers hits another free throw. He's got 6. The lead cut to 3. 14-11. Northside, the advantage and the basketball. Elijah Holmes to the left side. Gives him the sideline to Quarles. Back up to Holmes. Right side, Kinney. He's just right at the top of the key. In the corner, Quarles, and got another three. Back-to-back three-pointers for Quarles. He's got 6 to lead the Redskins, and it's a 6-point lead, 17-11. And Redding will try to answer with a three, and he didn't get it. Brooks the rebound. Outlet to Kinney. Down the lane. Scoop it up. Fingerville. Count it for Devontae Kinney. And the Redskins, their biggest lead, 19-11. Still 2:26 left first quarter. Redskins putting up some points, and that's not Carroll's game. There's Mallers up top to Avery Fath. Fath will dribble to the left, fake the handoff, giving the corner to Mallers. Shot fake. He goes to drive underneath the basket. He'll pop out, shoot. Blocked by Butts. It goes to Brooks, and Brooks just threw it away. Fath, reverse layup. No, but Jacob Redding, the only player there, and he'll put it back in. Redding's first bucket, 19-13 Northside. Redskins have the ball. Again, they're not guarding the perimeter, so Quarles will shoot another three, and that time it's missed. The rebound to Carroll. Fath, Mallers, three ball. No. Rebound. Perlick tipped it to the corner, but Jalen Butts for Northside waiting on it. Butts dribbles it across the timeline, gives to the guard. Holmes across the court to the right side to Devontae Kinney. Kinney looks. He wants Butts down low, as Perlick will guard Butts down in the low block. Holmes to Kinney. Again, Carroll won't come out of the lane. They are packed in very tight in the lane. They want to force Northside to shoot from distance. 19-13, the Redskins lead it. Counting down toward a minute left in the first quarter. Kinney out to Quarles. Baseline to Holmes. Back up on the wing to Quarles. Now at the foul line. Kinney, a little floater, got it from 12 feet. Devontae Kinney. 6 points, 21-13 Northside. Last 55 seconds of the first quarter. Mallers to the left elbow. Out on the wing to Perlick. Up top near the center circle. Fath rotates it right side to Martin. Now it's Perlick center between the rings. He looks right, looks left, finally throws it to Avery Fath, who's at the left angle. Between the circles to Mallers. He will dribble to the right wing. Perlick will change places. Now Mallers will go to drive, and there's a hand check, and it's a foul on Northside. This will be team foul number 6. This one called on Jalen Butts. It's his first. 27.6 seconds remaining in our opening quarter. 21-13. The third-seeded Northside Redskins trying to win their third consecutive SAC Holiday Tournament title. If they do it, they would be the third consecutive team to win 3 in a row. Here's Perlick at the foul line. Up top, Avery Fath, guarded by Devontae Kinney. Kinney comes up, puts a hand out toward the chest of Fath. He passes to the right wing to Mallers. Near the timeline, he'll hand to Martin, back to Fath. We're down to 10 seconds. Fath from the right wing. Dribbles toward the corner, back up on the wing, goes to take off toward the corner, lost the handle, turned it over. Ball went out of bounds. 4.1 seconds for Northside. They're going to be inbounding in the corner of the backcourt. And uncontested, it'll be Kinney getting it just behind the timeline to the top of the key, out on the wing. Quarles, three ball, didn't get it at the horn. Got a good look. But Quarles did have 2 threes off the bench in the first quarter to propel Northside to a 21-13 lead after 1. You're listening to high school basketball presented by Indy Physical Therapy at the SAC Holiday Tournament. The boys championship game presented by Parkview Sports Medicine on ESPN 1380 and 100.9 FM.
When an injury knocks you out of the game, call Parkview Sports Medicine. Whether you're an aspiring pro or a recreational athlete, our team of orthopedic surgeons, physical therapists, and athletic trainers will provide you with rapid access to comprehensive care and sport-specific rehabilitation. Parkview Sports Medicine will get you back to the action quickly and safely because the game just isn't the same without you. Call Parkview Sports Medicine today at 260-266-4007 and make our team of expert physicians your dream team. We'll get you back in the game.
Indiana Physical Therapy is your choice in Northern Indiana. Just like filling a medication prescription from your doctor, you have the right to choose who provides your physical therapy. And IPT accepts all insurance coverage. IPT is open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and offers same-day appointments with 14 conveniently located clinics. Go to IndianaPT.com to find the clinic near you. Contact Indiana Physical Therapy to start your therapy today. Celebrating 27 years in business, Indiana Physical Therapy is your choice for physical therapy. Call 260-209-2464 or visit IndianaPT.com.
You're listening to High School Basketball, presented by Indiana Physical Therapy on ESPN 1380 and 100.9 FM.
As we start the second quarter, Northside with a 21-13 lead, and they have the basketball. Elijah Holmes up top, looks right, now come left. Give to Devontae Kinney on the left wing. Guarded loosely by Avery Fath. Devontae will step up, shoot from 15, and didn't get it. Offensive rebound, Chris Hill missed the layup. Easy layup, and it rolled off the iron. No good for Chris Hill. Rebound to Carroll. 21-13 the score. Northside, here's Mallers to the elbow. Pull-up jumper, got it. He faked the drive and got the defender to back up. That gave him space to shoot that 15-footer. And Mallers now with 8 points. And Carroll's to within 6. Quarles just inside the top of the key. Rattles one in and it drops. Counted for one. Quarles, as he's got 8 points here in the first half. 6:50 remaining second quarter. 23-15 the score. Perlick on the wing will drive into the lane and give it off to Martin. He got a little hip check from Quarles. He went down, missed the shot, and here comes Northside. Holmes will have to slow it down as Carroll gets back on defense. Here's Quarles. A bump as he drives. No basket. The foul before the shot. And it's on number 5 for the Carroll Chargers. So that's the first foul. So Northside will inbound. 6.5 left second quarter. They throw it to Brooks. Reaching in. Kellen Brown slapped it away, but they're going to say Brown caught the wrist of Keon Brooks. And Kellen Brown guilty of his first foul. Team's third. No, team's fourth. They just changed the board. 6:28 remaining in the second quarter. 23-15. Northside, an 8-point lead over the Carroll Chargers. Redskins to inbound. Foul line extended in their front court. Brooks up top to Devontae Kinney. Again, they will not pressure the guards, and there's a guard that can shoot it. Elijah Long, he's got range. The sophomore just drained a 3-ball. Came off the bench, I think, specifically for that reason. The defense sagging into the lane, and Long just buried a high-arching 3 from the left wing. 11-point lead, the biggest for Northside. 26-15. We go under 6 minutes here in the second quarter. Riley Perlick looks left, looks right, holds the ball between the circles, now throws on the right wing to Brown, toward the corner to Martin. Martin one dribble up to the wing, then throws up top to Perlick, back right side to Redding. He'll dribble into the defense, throw in the corner to Martin, back up to Redding. Cross court's Brown. Just left to the top of the key. Kellen Brown looks left, looks right. High post, it goes to Martin at the foul line. He'll dribble out to the top of the key, throw right wing to Perlick. Perlick guarded by Jalen Butts. Between the circles now, it's Arius Jones. Cutting in the lane, Redding. Layup good for Jacob Redding. Nice pass leading Redding to the basket on that sharp cut. He caught it, put it up off glass, and Butts couldn't get up there quick enough to block it. 26-17, approaching 5 minutes left in the second quarter. A fast-moving game. Brooks is going to try a 3. No good. Rebound goes to Carroll. Martin gives to Kellen Brown, who gives it to Arius Jones. Right back to Brown across the timeline. Brown throws to the left angle. Redding in the corner to Martin. Back on the wing to Redding. He steps all the way up top near the sideline. Now will center the floor. Coming through the center circle and throwing right side to Jones. He'll dribble to the foul line. Flip it back just left at the top of the key to Brown. Out toward the corner. Redding launches. No good, but on the weak side we've got a push and a foul. And let's see if this is Keon Brooks picking up number 2. It is. He picks up another foul, pushing Kellum Brown on that rebound. It'll be a 1-and-1 for the 6'3 senior from Carroll, Kellum Brown, while Northside's Keon Brooks, the 6'8 freshman, sits down with his second foul, and still 4:33 to play in the second quarter. 26-17 the score. Brown at the free throw line, good. It's 26-18. That's 6 points now for Kellum Brown. He'll try to add his 7th and cut it to a 7-point game, and he got it. 26-19, 4:33. Clock ticks here in the second quarter as Devontae Kinney comes across the timeline, splits the circles, and throws left wing to Quarles. He looks low, throws high to Hill, who rotates right side to Kinney. Arius Jones guards Kinney about 6 feet away, almost sucked back into the lane, not even guarding him on the perimeter. Kinney gets the ball back to run the point, standing near the center circle. They're looking for cutters, and Quarles pops out of the left wing, makes the catch. Now up top to Hill, right side to Kinney. Nobody guarding him. He could shoot all day. He won't. Gives it to Hill, back to Kinney. To the elbow, 15-footer is no good. Rebound goes to Carroll. So tempting to take that jump shot for Devontae Kinney because nobody guarding him. Now the Chargers down by 7. They've got Martin in the lane. Nice pump fake. Got his man in the air, and then Martin lays it in over the front iron. Anthony Martin with his first bucket draws the Chargers to within 5, 26-21. That's 6 straight scored by Carroll. Elijah Long up top between the circles, Quarles. Now they do get it to Butts in the low post, and he traveled. Triple teamed. They're having trouble getting him going. Butts only has 2 points here in the first half as the Chargers defense sagging in, trying to take that part of Northside's game away. And Butts turns it over. So now the Chargers on a 6-point run, drawing to within 5, have the basketball. Mallers, right side to Kellum Brown. He looks, gives it to Redding. Pull-up jumper, foul line. Good for Jacob Redding. He's got 6. The lead cut to 3, 26-23. That is 8 straight scored by the Carroll Chargers. Chris Hill on the right wing. He won't be guarding the perimeter either. They will guard Juan Quarles, who already has a couple of 3 balls. Rotated around the perimeter toward the near corner. Kinney on the wing. There's Elijah Long, and he'll shoot that long 3 and didn't get it. Here comes Carroll on the run. Redding, pull-up 3. Got it. Tied up 26 apiece. 11 straight scored by the Carroll Chargers. Redding with 9, and a timeout called by Northside. You're listening to high school basketball presented by Indiana Physical Therapy from the SAC Holiday Tournament Boys Championship game. Presented by Parkview Sports Medicine on ESPN Radio 1380 and 100.9 FM.
When an injury knocks you out of the game, call Parkview Sports Medicine. Whether you're an aspiring pro or a recreational athlete, our team of orthopedic surgeons, physical therapists, and athletic trainers will provide you with rapid access to comprehensive care and sport-specific rehabilitation. Parkview Sports Medicine will get you back to the action quickly and safely because the game just isn't the same without you. Call Parkview Sports Medicine today at 260-266-4007 and make our team of expert physicians your dream team. We'll get you back in the game.
Now back to high school basketball, presented by Indiana Physical Therapy on ESPN 1380 and 100.9 FM.
It's an overflow crowd here at Wayne High School for the boys championship game. They're asking fans to please squeeze toward the middle section so that more fans can get seats as the place is filled up. And we've got a good one. The Northside Redskins 26, the Carroll Chargers 25. Thought that Redding had pulled up and hit a 3 to tie the game, but they have decided it was a 2. So it's 26-25 with 2:22 remaining in the second quarter. 10 straight scored by the Carroll Chargers. That forced the timeout by the Northside Redskins, and now the Redskins go to work in the front court. Elijah Holmes near the corner to Hill, back up to Holmes. Devontae Kinney can stand out there. He'd shoot 3s all day without ever seeing a hand anywhere near his face. Here's Holmes on the dribble to the left wing. Cut off, comes back up high. Between the circles, long. Right wing, Kenny. Kenny to the elbow. Outside, it's Holmes. He won't shoot it. Tempted, but didn't take it. Now Devontae Kenny, he doesn't seem even tempted by no one guarding him. Just frustrated he's not getting butts open down around the basket. On the left wing, it's Long. Hill to Kenny on the right wing. Coming off a screen, Holmes open, top of the key, and it's halfway down, came back out. Rebound Kyle Mellors of Carroll. Minute and a half remaining in our opening half. 26-25 Northside. 10 straight have been scored by Carroll. This could give them the lead as Mellors drives, spins up and under. Counted for Kyle Mellors, and the Chargers have taken the lead. 27-26 Chargers. 12 straight, and they've done it with their defense. Packing it in against Jalen Butts. They've got two guys, sometimes three, all over Butts. There's a jumper by Hill from 16 feet on the left wing. A do ball gives Northside the lead back. 28-27, last 47 seconds of the first half. Carroll in the front court. Kyle Mellors to the top of the key. Flips it off to Jacob Redding, who'll center the floor. Take it all the way out to the center circle to start the offense up high. Left sideline Martin. Rotated through Brown to the right side. Kyle Mellors. They may run this all the way down. North side by one. Carroll spreading the half court way out. Bringing the offense up real high. There's a slap on the arm. The entire building heard, but no whistle. Kellen Brown was holding the ball. Hill came out and slapped at it, and you could hear skin on skin. Down to 11 seconds as Brown dribbles left. Gives to Mellors. Shot fake. Open in the corner. Three ball. No. Martin, an offensive rebound, is put back as blocked, but we've got a whistle and a foul with 1.2 seconds. The foul on Chris Hill will put Anthony Martin to the free throw line to shoot a pair, a chance to give Carroll the lead here at the very end of the second quarter. Martin eyes, fires, and hits. 28-28, Northside and Carroll. Anthony Martin, a 6'3 junior, off the bench for Marty Beasley, and got it. Carroll in front. 1.2 seconds from the backcourt. Kenny will launch it, and just off the backboard, no good. Teams go to the locker room here at halftime, and the Carroll Chargers on a 14-2 run lead it 29-28 over the Northside Redskins. We will take a break. We'll come back here to Wayne High School for the rest of the boys' championship game of the SAC Holiday Tournament presented by Parkview Sports Medicine on ESPN Radio 1380 and 100.9 FM.
It's Macy's One Day Sale. Doors open 9 a.m. Sunday with amazing deals of the day store-wide. Save 30 to 50% plus an extra 25% on select fine jewelry. Women's boots, 60% off. Get an extra 15% off bed and bath during our white sale. Select fragrance sets now 40% off. And take an extra 50% off clearance sportswear for her and him. Plus earn plenty points during Macy's One Day Sale. Plenty, lots of points, lots of places, one rewards program. Savings off regular sale and clearance prices, exclusions apply.
You're listening to High School Basketball, presented by Indiana Physical Therapy on ESPN 1380 and 100.9 FM.
Back here at Wayne High School, it's halftime, and the Carroll Chargers lead at 29-28 over the Northside Redskins. And leading the way for the Carroll Chargers, Kyle Mellors in double figures with 10 points. They got 8 from Jacob Redding, 7 from Kellen Brown, 4 points scored by Anthony Martin. 2 of them, the two that put Carroll in front with just 1 second remaining in the half. For the Northside Redskins, they've got 8 points from Juan Quarles off the bench, 6 points from Devontae Kinney. The big question, Jalen Butts with only 2 points as Carroll has sagged the defense down around the low post, taking away Jalen Butts and basically just challenging Northside's guards to shoot the ball from the perimeter. Elijah Holmes just launched a couple. He's got 4 points. Juan Quarles hasn't been shy about shooting it from outside. He's got 8. But that could be the key to the second half if they can figure out a way to get Butts involved in the offense and if they can hit a couple of outside shots. Coach Shabazz Khalik did try Elijah Long, who's essentially their only outside sharpshooter. A 5'10 sophomore. It's his specialty, shooting the long-range shot. He did come in and hit a 3, but not a lot more from the Northside Redskins here in the first half. Redskins average over 70 points a game, scoring 71.3, and here at halftime they've got 28 as they trail the Carroll Chargers 29-28 here at the halftime break. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back and we'll talk a little bit about the girls' championship from earlier today and a little bit more of the recap of this first half as it is halftime of the SAC Holiday Tournament Boys Championship game. The Carroll Chargers leading it over the Northside Redskins 29-28. This is high school basketball on ESPN Radio 1380 and 100.9 FM.
Indiana Physical Therapy is your choice in Northern Indiana. Just like filling a medication prescription from your doctor, you have the right to choose who provides your physical therapy. And IPT accepts all insurance coverage. IPT is open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and offers same-day appointments. With 14 conveniently located clinics, go to IndianaPT.com to find the clinic near you. Contact Indiana Physical Therapy to start your therapy today. Celebrating 27 years in business, Indiana Physical Therapy is your choice for physical therapy. Call 260-209-2464 or visit IndianaPT.com.
When the time comes to choose a physical therapist, choose Mallers and Swoverland. After surgery, a sports-related injury, an accident, or for rehabilitation from a medical condition. If you need physical therapy, tell your doctor your choice is Mallers and Swoverland. For 13 years, the physical therapists of Mallers and Swoverland Orthopedic Physical Therapy have truly made a difference in the lives of those they've treated. Why? Because Mallers and Swoverland is different. They're the only clinic in the area with physical therapists with advanced manual therapy training with a fellow distinction from the American Academy of Orthopedic Manual Physical Therapists. They address the problem, not just the symptoms. From issues like neck and back pain to workers' comp. And because Mallers and Swoverland are parents of athletes, they fully understand the importance of a proper recovery and rehabilitation of sports-related injuries. Mallers and Swoverland Orthopedic Physical Therapy. Your choice for results with 3 convenient Fort Wayne offices. Get more info by visiting msoptherapy.com. That's msoptherapy.com.
You're listening to High School Basketball, presented by Indiana Physical Therapy on ESPN 1380 and 100.9 FM.
Back at Wayne High School, Brett Rump courtside along with D.C. Hendricks back in the studios. He is the Capital, and he is pushing the buttons for us all night long with our high school sports. The halftime score, Carroll leading at 29-28 over the Northside Redskins. We are joined by one of the more famous Northside Redskins alumni, Justin Kenny from the News Sentinel. Of course, if you follow Justin, you would certainly know where his allegiance is and also just how excited he is about the new Northside Legends that'll be starting soon. But
that I am.
What is your Twitter handle?
At JKenny_NS.
Okay, everybody be sure to follow Justin Kenny on Twitter. I am at Brett Rump Sports, and appreciate your follow there as well. But here at halftime, basically the story, Carroll's defense, what they're doing is just basically putting everybody in the lane and daring the Northside shooters, the Northside guards to put up shots.
Well, we've seen that before, right? You know, when they played Homestead, Carroll played Homestead the last couple of years, that's what they did. There's just a collapsing defense on Biggie.
And that's what we talked about earlier today was, does Northside have enough outside shooting that if somebody packs in the lane and takes away the penetration and the big man down low, can they open up that defense? So far here in the first half, they struggled with it.
Well, for a while they were able to. That's why they built that 11-point lead. And then once they went cold from the field, then Carroll was able to make that run and now have the 1-point lead at halftime. So, yes, I think, and I mentioned it on Twitter, you know what? Carroll did the exact same thing to Biggie the last couple years when they played Homestead, and Homestead was able to find ways to get Caleb Swanigan the ball, and that is the key for Northside in the second half. You have to get the ball to Jalen Butts somewhere for him in position to make some plays. Has 2 points and 1 rebound in the first half. Northside's not going to win the game if that continues.
But we talked about that, the difference between that Homestead team of a year ago and this Northside team is the outside shooting. I think even if they do get the ball into Jalen Butts, he's going to have to kick out. They're going to have to hit some shots.
Yeah.
Eventually they've got to take one. They've got to hit a couple and try to space out this defense. About this afternoon, Homestead with their third straight just dominating performance. They are so impressive to watch, but has there ever been a team in your memory that dominated this tournament like Homestead did?
No, not in my memory. And then you look at it in a larger scope, and a team that has dominated the area opponents the way they have. I mean, it's mind-boggling the way they're able to just go down and make even good teams just look bad. And, you look at Norwell plays them, loses by 17, and it's almost like a victory.
And they play Southside today and win by 60.
Yeah.
And Southside beat Northside by almost 50. I mean, there's nothing against these teams they're beating. They're decent teams that they're beating. It's just they are at a level that is that much higher above these other teams. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it is. And, all you can do is just go out there and play hard. And, South played hard, and every team that's played Homestead in this tournament has played hard. But it's more like, it's interesting, the coaches playing them in the area are probably real. They're telling their players, we got a shot. But realistically, it is the best practice they're going to have all year, because they're not going to see that kind of talent on the practice court. So what they need to do is just learn as much as possible against a team of that caliber, and hopefully it helps those teams get better throughout the year.
And the opponents that are probably most excited about having Homestead come and go on their schedule and maybe leaving the court with a 30-point loss are teams that are in Class 3A, 2A, or 1A. because
they don't see him again.
Yeah, they'll never have to see him again. All right, Justin, appreciate it. What do you expect this second half real quick?
I expect, Northside's just got to keep it close, stay out of foul trouble. They had a couple guys in foul trouble in that first half. I think they were just trying to get to the break without a guy picking up his third. So the refs are calling it pretty close. Carroll's done a great job getting the Northside defenders off their feet. I'd expect a back-and-forth game. I'm taking Carroll right now, though. All
right, Justin Kenny from the News Sentinel joining us here at halftime. 29-28. Carroll's in front by a point. Here at the break, we'll come back. Our second half underway in just a moment on ESPN Radio, 1380 and 100.9 FM.
Indiana Physical Therapy is your choice in Northern Indiana. Just like filling a medication prescription from your doctor, you have the right to choose who provides your physical therapy. And IPT accepts all insurance coverage. IPT is open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and offers same-day appointments. With 14 conveniently located clinics, go to indianapt.com to find the clinic near you. Contact Indiana Physical Therapy to start your therapy today. Celebrating 27 years in business, Indiana Physical Therapy is your choice for physical therapy. Call 260-209-2464 or visit indianapt.com.
You're listening to High School Basketball, presented by Indiana Physical Therapy on ESPN 1380 and 100.9 FM.
Back at Wayne High School, Brett Rump courtside, D.C. Hendricks in the studio. A big thanks to Justin Kenny from the News Sentinel for joining us here at halftime. It's 29-28, Carroll the lead over the Northside Redskins. And as Justin mentioned, Northside with a couple of players with 2 fouls in that first half. Brandon Johnson got his early in the first 3 minutes of the game. Also, Keon Brooks got an early foul, sat down, came back in, got another foul, didn't have a lot of time on the floor, and Brooks and Johnson both start the second half with their 2 fouls. It's the starting lineups for both teams as Carroll has the basketball, working in the offensive front court. They spread the floor. Man-to-man defense by the Northside Redskins. Carroll a 1-point lead as Jones dribbles to the right wing. He looks. Seems like Carroll's almost confused about this offense. High post to Mallers. He's going to back in, spin, get double team, use an elbow to clear some space, and then Brooks blocked the shot, but threw it away. Redding, free from the corner, air ball. Rebound to Brandon Johnson. Here comes Northside. Johnson in the lane, had it stripped by Redding, but a whistle, and Avery Fath will be guilty of a foul. That'll be foul number 1 on Avery Fath. First on the team here in the second half with 7:16 remaining in the third quarter. 29-28 Carroll with a 1-point lead over the Northside Redskins. Pass goes to Butts. Right back down to Johnson, and Mallers rejects Johnson's attempt from in close. Carroll the basketball. Lead pass to Kellen Brown toward the corner to Mallers. He'll dribble up to the wing and then throw to the replacement. Brown in the corner, and Brown just threw it away. Here comes Northside. Real quick, Devontae Kinney to the basket. Kinney with the layup. He's got 8. 30-29, the Redskins in front. Now full court pressure. Kellen Brown, left sideline, will come across the center court stripe. He'll dribble to the middle of the rings and then throw right wing to Arius Jones. Here goes Jones to the elbow. Flips out to the left wing where Brown has it. A shot fake. Nice step back at the top of the key. He'll drive right side of the lane. Dish it outside to Fath. Up top to Mallers. Mallers to Jones on the left wing to Brown. Up top between the circles, it's Avery Fath. Ball poked away. Fath has it back at the center circle. 6:15, clock runs, third quarter. A 1-point lead for the Northside Redskins. Kellen Brown on the dribble, steps all the way back to the center circle to space the floor. That is another thing that Carroll's doing, is trying to spread out this Northside defense. Kellen Brown, a flip to the left wing to Avery Fath. Up top between the circles, Jones immediately looks to the right and then will throw. On the right wing, it is Kellen Brown. Between the circles, Kyle Mallers centers. He's guarded by Brandon Johnson, who's got 2 fouls. Mallers dribbles left wing, hands to Fath. Fath has a reach around from Devontae Kinney. He poked the ball away, but that'll be a foul on Kinney. That's number 2 on Devontae Kinney. First one on the Northside Redskins here in the second half. 5:41 remaining in the third quarter. 30-29, Northside the lead. Carroll the basketball. Jones will attack in the lane, flip out. Fath didn't take the shot. Up top to Brown. Brown drops it to the post, hit Mallers in the foot, and then he chased it down in the corner. Mallers will dribble to the basket. Layup, no. Partially blocked. Rebound tipped outside. Redding has it. Gives to Jones near the corner. In the lane. It's Mallers back to the basket, and he'll step outside. Turn face from the left wing. Dribbles to the baseline. Underneath. Spin. Jumper. Got it. Kyle Mallers 1-on-1 against Brandon Johnson, and it puts Carroll back in front 31-30. Elijah Holmes to the left. Goes Devontae Kinney. Up top to Holmes. Down low. Got Johnson open. And a hip check from Kellen Brown. Will be a foul on Brown. And Johnson will go to the free throw line. That's foul number 2 on Carroll's senior, Kellen Brown. Second on the team here in the second half with 4:50 remaining in the third quarter. It's a 1-point lead for the Carroll Chargers, but that could change with Northside's Brandon Johnson at the free throw line. No good on the first of 2. Johnson, a 6'2 sophomore. Had 2 fouls in the first 3 minutes of the game. Sat the rest of the first half. That went no good, and it's all Carroll lined up in the foul lane. They'll get the rebound and a 1-point lead with the basketball. Arius Jones drifts on the dribble to the right angle, so he can enter the post, and it goes down to Mallers, who dribbles all the way out to the corner, to the wing, and there's a foul being called on Jalen Butts, and that will be number 2 on Jalen Butts. So now Northside with 4 starters with 2 fouls. Jalen Butts, Devontae Kinney, Brandon Johnson, and Keon Brooks, all with 2 fouls. 4:35 remains, third quarter, 31-30. Carroll the lead, and the inbound. Fath cutting in the lane. Redding goes down low, gets in the trees, so he bounces a pass to the foul line to Mallers. Up top, Fath. Right wing, Jones. Corner, Brown. Back up top to Avery Fath. High post, Kyle Mallers. Turns at the elbow, faces. Jump shot, got it. Kyle Mallers has matched his uniform number with 14 points, 33-30. Carroll halfway through our third quarter. Here goes Devontae Kinney in the lane. Up top to Holmes. Left wing, Brooks open. 3, got it. Creon Brooks from distance. He's got 6, 33, 33. We are tied here in the boys' championship of the SAC Holiday Tournament. Carroll the basketball. It's Arius Jones. High screen, Mallers. Jones doesn't use it. Flips outside on the left wing to Cullen Brown. They'll space out the floor, trying to give everybody some room to work. Here goes Brown. Got past his man and took it all the way to the hole and finished. Cullen Brown, the layup. He's got 9, and Carroll's in front, 35-33. Kinney, front court to Holmes, right side. Dribbles toward the angle. Now will throw the pass across the court, left wing. Kinney, a weak entry into the post, stolen away Mallers. Here's Redding. Redding, a pull-up three in transition, no good. And the rebound to Brandon Johnson to Northside. 35-33, Chargers lead by 2. Here goes Northside's Brandon Johnson. Lost the handle, and as he goes to throw a pass, reaching in and fouling him on the wrist was Avery Fath, and that will be foul number 2 on Avery Fath. Fath will sit down. Anthony Martin will check in along with Riley Perlick. Cullen Brown joins Avery Fath on the Carroll bench. 2-point lead for Carroll. Northside the inbound. In the corner, it's Holmes on the wing. Johnson cross courts it. Kinney will drive. And as he goes up, he had it stripped by Jones, but it goes out of bounds underneath the Redskins basket off of Carroll's Arius Jones. Northside will inbound. Still a 2-point game. 2:45 remaining in the third. Carroll in front. Northside to inbound. Brandon Johnson looks, throws under the basket to Brooks. Brooks forces it up, didn't get it. Johnson offensive rebound and put back. No good, but he got fouled. Foul underneath on Carroll, and it's against Anthony Martin. That'll be the first on Martin, 4th on the team here in the second half. To the free throw line, Brandon Johnson just split a pair moments ago. He steps to the line, and he misses again. Actually, he missed both free throws a moment ago, and now he misses this one. Still looking for his first point. 35-33. It's up and good. He finally got one. 35-34. A 1-point lead for the Chargers. Northside sets up some pressure, but backing off as Carroll dribbles it into the front court. Arius Jones from the center of the floor, right wing to Anthony Martin. Posting was Mallers, but reaching in, poking it away, Brandon Johnson. At midcourt, he lost the dribble, and then we've got a whistle and a kick ball. Kyle Mallers kicked it. So it'll be a kick against the Carroll Chargers. Northside will get possession at midcourt. 2:24 remaining, third quarter. Tight ball game, much different than the one we had this afternoon as Homestead rolled to a girls' championship with a 100-40 victory over the Southside Lady Archers. Here it's 35-34 Carroll. 2:24 remaining in the third quarter. Coming in, Juan Quarles for Northside to replace Elijah Holmes. So you've got Quarles and Johnson on the wings. Devontae Kinney runs the point. The front line, Jalen Butts and Keon Brooks. Outside, Johnson. Mallers loosely guards Johnson. Up top to Quarles. Left wing, Devontae Kinney. Butts comes all the way up to the foul line, doesn't get the pass. Instead, Johnson gets it at the top of the key. Mallers reached in, poked it away. Northside fans wanted a reach-in foul. Johnson at the foul line, outside between the circles to Quarles. Low post pass, Butts. He's going to go to work, and Jalen Butts missed it, but he's right there to tip it in. Butts now with 4 points. 36-35, Redskins lead. Carroll, front court, Jones. Outside to Martin. Shot fake. He goes to drive, but Devontae Kinney defensively shuts him down. Now it's Redding in the lane. To Martin outside. Baseline, Jones drives under the basket. Jalen Butts bumps him, and that's number 3 on Butts. Trying to take away the baseline drive of Arius Jones. And Chris Hill's going to check in with 1:30 remaining in our third quarter. Northside's Chris Hill comes in. Jalen Butts, the 6'10 junior, sits down. A 1-point lead for the Redskins. Inbound goes to Martin. Up top to Jones. Coming off a screen, Redding. 3. Got it! 38-36, a set play on the inbound. Reading into double figures with 11. Chargers up by 2. Last minute 15 of our third quarter. Devontae Kinney on the dribble to the Wayne logo, left side. Bounces it in the post. Back to the basket, Keon Brooks. He'll get doubled, so he sends it outside. And Devontae Kinney, who's been left open all night, finally takes the shot. He misses it. And the rebound goes to Carroll. Last minute, third quarter. Chargers the ball and a 2-point lead, 38-36. Martin looks in the lane, reaching in, poking it away, Kinney. And then as he takes off down the floor, he tangles up his feet with Martin, and Kinney goes down. That'll be a foul on Anthony Martin, the 6'3 junior. Picks up foul number 2 and the 5th on the team here in the second half with 47.3 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Northside to inbound, 38-36. Carroll leads. Chris Hill gets it high up court, left side to Juan Quarles. Quarles with 8 points, couple of threes in the first half. Corner, Devontae Kinney. Redding doesn't guard him, so Kinney drives into him, and then Redding got part of the ball on the block down low. Here comes Brown. Brown, a dish on the drive and dish, and they're going to call a foul on north side as Brown threw the ball out to the corner. He was getting bumped, and the foul on north side, Brandon Johnson, is his third. I believe it's the 6th. Nope, it's the 4th foul on north side. So they'll inbound under the basket. Kellen Brown will throw it in. Chargers lead 38-36. 25.6 seconds remain here in the third quarter. And see if Carroll spreads the floor, tries to work this for a final shot. Arias Jones, the clock's at 17. He holds the ball at midcourt. Down to 12. As Martin makes the catch right wing between the circles to Brown. Now it's handed to Jones with 7 seconds. He's at midcourt. Left wing, 4 seconds. Redding, pick and pop. Redding tried to throw it to Mallers, and it goes off Mallers' hands, out of bounds. It will be a turnover with half a second remaining. Northside gets the ball in the backcourt, trailing by 2. Hill basically throw it, and they got to heave it. And it's heaved by Quarles. No good as the horn sounds. It would have been late anyway, but we've completed 3 quarters here at Wayne. The SAC Holiday Tournament presented by Parkview Sports Medicine. The boys championship game. Carroll 38, Northside 36. You're listening to high school basketball on ESPN Radio 1380 and 100.9 FM.
You save big money, you save big money when you shop Menards.
Save big at Menards. How big? 11% big. With an 11% rebate on everything, make it easier. 11% easier with all tools and appliances. Get organized. 11% more organized with all shelving and storage. Save 11% on doors, paint, windows, and lumber. There's no end to the possibilities with an 11% rebate on your entire purchase. Right now at Menards. Save 11% on everything in the store. That's right. Take an 11% rebate on all carpet, tile, and wood flooring. An 11% rebate on all groceries, bird seed, dog food, and pet care products. Save 11% on everything in the store. But hurry, 11% is here only until January 2nd. So stop in today and save big. 11% big.
Save big money at Menards.
You're listening to High School Basketball, presented by Indiana Physical Therapy on ESPN 1380 and 100.9 FM.
This one will be decided in the fourth quarter. Carroll, a 2-point lead, heading to our final 8 minutes. 38-36, Northside starts with the basketball, and into the Redskins lineup, Elijah Long, a sharpshooter from outside. He's on the floor with Juan Quarles, Chris Hill, Jalen Butts, and Keon Brooks. There's a nice drive and a dish to Butts. He lays it in, and we're tied 38 apiece. Jalen Butts with 6 points. Carroll the basketball. Tie game just underway in the fourth quarter. Arias Jones between the circles, throws right to Fath. Jones will go over and take the handoff. Now dribble to the center of the floor. Flip near the top of the key. Martin a 3. Halfway down, no. Rebound tipped, and Jalen Butts will grab it for Northside. Redskins a chance to get back in the lead. We're tied at 38, 7:15 remaining. Quarles to Brooks, backing in on Jones. Spin, shoots, whistle, count the bucket, and a foul on Jones. Keon Brooks, the freshman, with 8 points. Northside a lead, and Brooks to the free throw line, a chance to complete a three-point play. The foul is on Arias Jones, number 2, sixth on the team. 7:07 remaining. And Keon Brooks to the free throw line, a chance to give the Redskins a 3-point lead. And he does. 5 straight to start the fourth quarter, scored by Northside. We go from Carroll in front by 2, and less than a minute into the fourth, it is now Northside by 3. Kellen Brown, center circle to the left sideline, Arias Jones. He will dribble to the foul line. Hand off to Redding. Redding had trouble holding the ball, and there's a whistle. Moving screen called on Jones, I believe. It's Arias Jones picking up number 3 on a moving screen, and that was because of a bad handoff as Jones went to the foul line. Redding came off the other side. Jones tried to hand it to him and then moved, and that forced Jones into a foul. Now Northside, the basketball, 3-point lead, 6:45, and the clock runs here in the fourth quarter. And they're going to spread the floor out to see if Carroll will come out to guard. And Carroll will go to man-to-man. Butts inside. Outside, Quarles left open. Three ball! Juan Quarles gives the Redskins a 44-38 lead. He's got 11. 3 from beyond the arc, and a timeout called with 6:28 remaining. It's 44-38, Northside over Carroll. You're listening to the SAC Holiday Tournament presented by Parkview Sports Medicine on ESPN Radio 1380 and 100.9 FM.
Instead of shoveling snow this season, get down to your local Kubota dealer for great savings during our Power to Do Great Things sales event. Get a BX tractor with your choice of PTO-powered front-mounted blowers, snow blades, and rotary brooms. Now you can get financing as low as 0% APR for up to 5 years on new BX tractors and snow equipment. See your local Kubota dealer today. Now through December 31st, 2015. Call toll-free 1-888-465-8268 for details about cost and terms. For more information or to find a participating dealer, visit Kubota.com.
You're listening to High School Basketball, presented by Indiana Physical Therapy on ESPN 1380 and 100.9 FM.
The Northside Redskins come out and go on an 8-0 run to start the fourth quarter, and they do it in a hurry, now leading at 44-38. We've got 6:28 remaining. So in a minute 32, an 8-0 run. And the capper on it was the 3-ball by Juan Quarles. A 3-point play also in there by Keon Brooks, the freshman. And a Jalen Butts basket. Just like that, we go from a 2-point Carroll lead to start the quarter to a 6-point Northside lead. Jacob Redding on the dribble in the front court for the Carroll Chargers. Right side, it goes to Jordan Bridges. First time in the game for Bridges. A 6'2 junior just checks in. Right side, Bridges up top to Avery Fath. Guarded by Quarles. Fath will drive in the lane. Contact. Count the bucket for Avery Fath. And a foul on Northside. Keon Brooks just picked up foul number 3. 5:59 remaining, and the 5'10 senior Avery Fath took it to the trees, made the bucket, and now he makes the 3-point play. It's a 1-possession lead. It cuts the 6-point margin in half, 44-41. Northside with the basketball and the 3-point advantage over the Carroll Chargers. Carroll 7-0 on the season. Number 3 in the Indiana coaches poll, and we'll have a timeout called from Northside. Shabazz Khalik wants to talk to his Redskins. 5 minutes, 43 seconds left, and it's 44-41 Northside over Carroll. It's the boys' championship of the SAC Holiday Tournament presented by Parkview Sports Medicine on ESPN Radio 1380 and 100.9 FM.
It's Macy's one-day sale. Doors open 9 a.m. Sunday with amazing deals of the day store-wide. Save 30 to 50% plus an extra 25% on select fine jewelry. Women's boots, 60% off. Get an extra 15% off bed and bath during our white sale. Select fragrance sets now 40% off. And take an extra 50% off clearance sportswear for her and him. Plus earn plenty points during Macy's one-day sale. Plenty, lots of points, lots of places, one rewards program. Savings off regular sale and clearance prices, exclusions apply.
You're listening to High School Basketball, presented by Indiana Physical Therapy on ESPN 1380 and 100.9 FM.
Northside Redskins trying to improve to 8-1 on the year for the Carroll Chargers. They're trying to remain perfect. They come into this one 7-0. Carroll, the first time ever in the SAC Holiday Tournament. For Northside, it's really a busy week. Their holiday's filled with basketball. They played December 18th against Snyder. They suffered their only loss. Come right back and play on the 22nd and 23rd. In this tournament, the championship today, and they're going to start play December 28th in Richmond in the Bob Wedding Memorial Tournament. And Keon Brooks will drive. Keon Brooks will score. And a foul down low on the Carroll Chargers. Jordan Bridges the foul. Keon Brooks a chance at a three-point play. Another opportunity for Northside to get their lead right back up to 6 points. Brooks with 11. In the game, he'll step to the free throw line, looking for his 12th point and a chance to build on the 46-41 advantage for the Redskins with 5:41 left, and it's no good. Kyle Maller's the rebound for the Chargers. Avery Fath runs the point. Kinney will pick up Fath as he comes across the timeline. High post to Kellen Brown. He's got his back to the basket. He'll hand it off to Redding at the three-point line. Cross courts it right side. Mallers. One-on-one. Mallers pull up in the lane, and he used his free arm to push off and get some space, and the official caught him. An offensive foul on Kyle Mallers. It'll be his first. But a turnover gives the ball to the Northside Redskins, and Northside already leading at 46-41 with 5:20 remaining. Elijah Holmes posting. Brooks turns into the lane, puts it up with a running jump hook, no good. Rebound tipped out, and Bridges has it. Here's Bridges to the basket, no, and he was fouled by Elijah Holmes. And Jordan Bridges, the reserve, who just came in for the first time here in the fourth quarter, goes to the free throw line for Carroll, trying to cut into a 5-point Northside lead.
Number 25, Jordan
Bridges, a left-hander. 2 dribbles, the left-handed shot, it's good. Anthony Martin comes in for Carroll, replacing Avery Fath. On the floor for Carroll, you've got Bridges, Mallers, Redding, Martin, and Kellen Brown. Redskins counter with Elijah Holmes, Devontae Kinney, Chris Hill, Jalen Butts, and Keon Brooks. 46-42. The second free throw is good. It's 46-43. First 2 points for Bridges. And Arius Jones back in. Bridges sits down, gets congratulations from Marty Beasley, the Carroll coach. Nice couple of minutes of action for Bridges. Here comes Northside. Devontae Kinney across the timeline. Right wing to Elijah Holmes. At the elbow, Brooks fires it past far corner. Just as Hill went to cut, it goes off of Hill out of bounds. Turnover on the Redskins. Carroll gets the ball. Down by 3. 46-43, 4:50, and the clock runs in the fourth quarter. At the three-point arc, Kyle Mallers dribbles to the left wing, hands off to Arius Jones, who will dribble to the foul line, come back, and hand to Mallers. He'll go up. Didn't get a shot off of the top of the key, but Brown will. 3-ball is no good. Rebound tipped twice. Mallers had it, lost it. It goes to Martin, and as he goes up down low, Anthony Martin is hacked. He goes down, and there's a whistle. 2 free throws will be coming for the 6'3 junior, Anthony Martin, as Chris Hill guilty of the foul. Number 2 on Chris Hill. 7 on the team. 4:26 left. 46-43, and Martin's free throw good. 46-44. Northside a 2-point lead. Carroll's Anthony Martin with 5 points. Try to get his 6th and make this a 1-point game. It's up, and it's good. Good free throw shooting for Carroll in this one. 46-45, almost halfway through our fourth quarter. Elijah Holmes on the right wing to Chris Hill. Brooks wanted it near the top of the key, didn't get it. Hill steps up top and throws left side to Holmes. Quarles feeds the post. Butts cross-courts it, and as it goes across the lane, a hand on it was Arius Jones. It goes out of bounds near corner, and it will be Northside ball. 4:06 left, 46-45 North. Brooks, jumper, it's for two, got it! Feet on the line, Brooks, a nice jumper from 17.5 feet, and Northside up by 3. Brooks with 13. And Mallers will try a long 3 to answer, and Mallers didn't get it. Keon Brooks the rebound. 48-45, a 3-point lead for Northside. Clock goes under 3:40 here in the fourth. And now Northside's going to spread the floor with the 3-point lead. Holmes works against Martin, and a timeout called by Shabazz Khalik. 3 minutes, 32 seconds left. We're in the fourth quarter. It's 48-45 Northside. Looking for the third consecutive SAC Holiday Tournament title. You're listening to high school basketball presented by Parkview Sports Medicine on ESPN 1380 and 100.9 FM.
When an injury knocks you out of the game, call Parkview Sports Medicine. Whether you're an aspiring pro or a recreational athlete, our team of orthopedic surgeons, physical therapists, and athletic trainers will provide you with rapid access to comprehensive care and sport-specific rehabilitation. Parkview Sports Medicine will get you back to the action quickly and safely because the game just isn't the same without you. Call Parkview Sports Medicine today at 260-266-4007 and make our team of expert physicians your dream team. We'll get you back in the game.
You're listening to High School Basketball, presented by Indiana Physical Therapy on ESPN 1380 and 100.9 FM.
Last 3 minutes, 32 seconds. Here at Wayne High School, Northside the basketball to 3-point lead, 48-45. Elijah Holmes sends it toward the corner to Quarles, and away from the ball. We've got a foul, and it's called on Northside. Might be Keon Brooks. Nope. They're going to call it on Elijah Holmes, and that'll be a second. Team's 8th. So Carroll will get the basketball down by 3, and they stay within one possession. When you've got guys that can shoot the 3 ball like Brown, Mallers, Martin, and Redding, being within 3 important, especially late in the game. You don't want to go down by more than 3. Jones across the timeline. Popping out from the high post is Mallers. He's guarded by Hill closely. Jones comes out and gets it outside the top of the key. Redding comes off a screen, dribbles up to the elbow. 15-footer good for Redding. A 1-point game, 48-47. Redding with 13. Across the timeline, Holmes feeds the right wing. Hill standing near the sideline right in front of Northside's bench. Brooks between the circles, left side to Holmes. Quarles back to Holmes. He'll step outside, center the floor, and then give it up to Chris Hill. The 6'6 senior is going to stand outside, hold the ball. Right side, Holmes. A 1-point game. Northside the lead with 2.5 to play. They've got the basketball, and they're playing keep away. Holmes, bounce pass, low post, Butts up and under. Whistle, count the bucket by Butts, and a foul on Mallers. Jalen Butts with 8. Mallers his second foul. And it's 50-47, and a big free throw by Jalen Butts could give them a 4-point lead with 2:19 left. Devontae Kinney checks in. Juan Quarles sits down on the floor for Northside. Butts at the foul line. You've got Hill, Kinney, Brooks, and Holmes. And the free throw, another big one, and it's no good. 50-47. Rebound Mallers. Carroll has the ball, and a timeout this time called by Marty Beasley. 2 minutes, 11 seconds remaining. 50-47. This one just a 30-second timeout. We will keep it here. Well, the Carroll Chargers, the top seed in the tournament, ranked number 3 by the coaches in Indiana, ranked number 5 by the media in the Class 4A poll. Northside sitting 10th in the state, and they are 7-1, and that blemish was against Snyder by 2 points on December 18th, but earlier this week, Northside beat Snyder in the semifinal to somewhat avenge that loss to the Panthers, and they beat Snyder in a big way, knocking off Snyder 65-43 to advance to tonight's championship game. Northside, as we were mentioning, goes to Richmond to compete in the Bob Wettig Memorial Tournament that starts on Monday. High post to Brown. A set play out of the timeout. They're trying to get a shooter open. Redding, top of the key, and he does get open. Tie-ball game! Redding for 3. The set play gives Redding 16 in the game. It's 50-50 in the last 2 minutes. Northside with the basketball. Elijah Holmes on the left wing. It goes to Devontae Kinney. Top of the key, Jalen Butts, the 6'10 junior, steps outside. He'll skip it on the right wing to Holmes. Back up top near the center circle to Chris Hill. We're down to a minute and a half. Devontae Kinney all alone on the left wing. Nobody guards him on the perimeter, so he'll throw it to Holmes near the center circle. Back left side to Kinney. Looks down low. Butts being guarded by Mallers. Right sideline to Hill. Minute 10. Northside may try to take this all the way down if Carroll sits back and lets them. Here's Jalen Butts. Left or right side to Hill. Center circle. Holmes flips to Kinney. We go under a minute. Still tied 50-50. See if Redding will come out and challenge Kinney. They've not guarded him on the perimeter. We're down to 48 seconds. Northside on the outside with Kinney holding the ball. 44-43. The clock continues to run. Northside wants to hang on to this to get a last shot. We're tied 50-50, and with Kinney just holding the ball at the timeline, the clock goes under 30 seconds. Redding backs off. We're down to 25, and Kinney just holding the pumpkin near midcourt. Down to 20. Redding still sitting back in the lane. They're going to let Northside take this all the way down to get a final shot in a tie ball game. Last 10 seconds. Here we go. Kinney on the dribble to the left. Comes back right. Now he's going to drive. Dish outside. Holmes with 3. Didn't get it. One rebound. Brooks, top of the key. He missed. Fowler. No good by Hill. And we'll go into overtime. 50-50, and we go OT. We'll take a break. You're listening to the championship game of the SAC Holiday Tournament presented by Parkview Sports Medicine on ESPN 1380 and 100.9 FM.
The World Baseball Academy is hosting a one-day vacation baseball camp for ages 8 through 12 years old on Monday, December 28th. The campers will receive quality baseball instruction, have fun with a wiffle ball competition, listen to a leadership talk, and more. It's a great way for your athlete to stay active, improve their skills, and have a great time. There's no need to just sit around, watch TV, and try to think of something to do during the school break. Sign up now for the World Baseball Academy's one-day vacation baseball camp at the Ash Center. Quality baseball instruction, wiffle ball, and more. Your child will have a great time. The camp is open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Monday, December 28th. Lunch is included. With a fee of only $55, you won't want to miss it. Located at the Ash Center, go to worldbaseballacademy.com or call 260-436-1507 for more details. The World Baseball Academy program sponsored by Automotive Color and Supply and ESPN Radio.
2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Now back to high school basketball, presented by Indiana Physical Therapy on ESPN 1380 and 100.9 FM.
We go to overtime to decide this one. First overtime in a boys SAC tournament championship game in 39 years. It's only happened once. It was in the second year of the tournament, 1976, and Northside was the winner. One of the 5 titles that or rather 6 titles that Northside has won. They beat Elmer 77-76 in overtime back in 1976. Here we're tied at 50. Northside Carroll. The jump ball is controlled by the Carroll Chargers. High post to Brown. Back door, Redding cuts, but he's guarded well, so Brown steps outside. Here comes Mallers down the low block. He got the ball, jump fake, throws it up off the glass, no. Rebound goes to Northside, and Chris Hill is fouled by Kyle Mallers. Kyle Mallers has committed his 3rd foul, and Chris Hill will go to the line to shoot 2 on the 10th foul against the Carroll Chargers. And they're putting Elijah Holmes at the line, but Chris Hill is the one who should be shooting. Yep, Chris Hill will take his position on the charity stripe. Hill, a 6'6 senior. Chance to break the tie. 3:40 remaining in overtime. A left-handed shooter. Hill's shot is back iron, no good. Shooting 2, so Carroll started to take off the other way. They'll get lined up. Still tied 50-50. Chris Hill for Northside. Flips it and got it. Northside's in front, 51-50 with 3:40 remaining. Good crowd here at Wayne. Carroll on the near side, Northside on the far side, and Marty Beasley in front of us calling a timeout. Another 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here with 3:35 remaining in overtime. A 1-point Northside lead, and Marty Beasley using the timeouts to set plays. The last time he did this in regulation, he got Jacob Redding a nice look from the top of the key for 3, and Redding buried it to tie the game at 50-50. That eventually sent it into overtime, where Northside has taken a 51-50 lead on a Chris Hill free throw. Well, busy week of bowl games on ESPN 1380 and 100.9 FM. Be sure to go on thefanindiana.com, get our complete broadcast schedule. But a lot of bowl games coming your way this week. We'll also have IPFW basketball out at the Coliseum Wednesday night, December 30th. It's the opening of Summit League conference play as Oral Roberts comes to the Coliseum. Be a great game. Bring the kids out. Wednesday night, 7 o'clock tip. We'll have the action for you here on the radio. Carroll had Martin go to the ground. He gets a pass off to Mallers, and then Mallers is fouled. And now a really good free throw shooter to the line, shooting a 1-and-1 on the 9th team foul against Northside. Chris Hill commits his 3rd. A 1-point Northside lead, and Carroll's Kyle Mallers to the line with 14 points. It's a 1-and-1. And it's good. He got the front iron and it rolled in. Tied up 51 apiece. This free throw could give Carroll the lead with 3:21 remaining in overtime, and good. Carroll in front, 52-51. An overflow crowd here at Wayne. We're in overtime, and Carroll leading at 52-51 over Northside. Holmes on the wing. Looked down low, didn't throw it to Butts. Butts guarded man-to-man in the low block by Kyle Mallers, who's done a good job showing about half of a front on that low post and getting help from everybody around him. Devontae Kinney holding the ball between the circles, right wing to Chris Hill. Clock goes under 2:50. Brooks between the rings, throws to Kinney on the right or left wing, and Kinney almost lost it out of bounds. Got it back, coming off a screen. Top of the key is Holmes. Right side Brooks. He'll drive, he'll dish, Hill jumper, good for Chris Hill. And Northside reclaims the lead, 53-52 with 2.5 left in overtime. Arius Jones on the dribble to the right wing. Martin comes off a screen, top of the key, back to Jones. And a whistle. And Marty Beasley wants to use another timeout. This one will be a full timeout, so we'll take a break. You're listening to high school basketball presented by Indiana Physical Therapy at the SAC Holiday Tournament, the boys championship game, brought to you by Parkview Sports Medicine on ESPN Radio 1380 and 100.9 FM.
Indiana Physical Therapy is your choice in Northern Indiana. Just like filling a medication prescription from your doctor, you have the right to choose who provides your physical therapy. And IPT accepts all insurance coverage. IPT is open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and offers same-day appointments. With 14 conveniently located clinics, go to IndianaPT.com to find the clinic near you. Contact Indiana Physical Therapy to start your therapy today. Celebrating 27 years in business, Indiana Physical Therapy is your choice for physical therapy. Call 260-209-2464 or visit IndianaPT.com.
You're listening to High School Basketball, presented by Indiana Physical Therapy on ESPN 1380 and 100.9 FM.
One team is looking for the first ever SAC Holiday Tournament Championship in their first ever appearance, while the Northside Redskins look to win it for the third consecutive year. They would be the third consecutive team to do the trifecta, following Bishop Lures, who won it 3 times in 2007, 2008, 2009, and then Northrop followed with tournament championships 2010, 11, and 12. Northside has won the last 2, looking to make it 3. Here's Mallers for Carroll. Carroll's down by a point. Mallers with an up and under. It's no good. Rebound Northside. 2 minutes left in overtime. A 1-point lead for the Northside Redskins. 53-52. Right wing to Elijah Holmes. Cross-court pass goes to Devontae Kinney. Up top, Elijah Holmes, 1:45. Clock runs. Holmes holds the ball at the center circle. Here's Chris Hill. Hill will be fouled by Arius Jones. And it'll be 2 free throws coming to Chris Hill. Certainly that is something that showed up in the stats, because Chris Hill just made 1 of 2 at the line. Now he's going back to the free throw line with his team ahead by 1, 53-52, 1:38 left. This will be a 2-shot double bonus for the 6'6 senior Chris Hill. Trying to add to the 1-point lead, and no good. 53-52, the score remains. Northside in front with 1:38 left. Hill will try the second. This could give Northside a 2-point advantage. It's up, and it's good. 54-52. Arius Jones will work into the front court right through the center circle. 1.5 minutes left. Down low, Mallers double team, dribbles to the corner. He's still double teamed. Looks for help. Brown, back door, threw it to Jones. It hit the baseline. He couldn't handle it. And a turnover for the Carroll Chargers gives it to Northside. A 2-point Redskins lead with 1:20 left. And a timeout, Shabazz Khalid. We talked about it earlier that this would be the place to be, because we expected this type of game between 2 solid ball clubs, with the Northside Redskins 7-1 and the Carroll Chargers 7-0. And we have not been disappointed tonight, and the fans that have packed in to the Wayne Gymnasium certainly not disappointed that they're part of this. We're in overtime. 54-52, Northside has the advantage. Well, Carroll and Northside have played 26 times previously over the last 30 years. Of course, they have not been in the same conference, but they've played non-conference games, and they've played in the same sectional. This is the first time, obviously, they've ever met in the SAC tournament, but of the 26 times they've played, Carroll has won 13, Northside has won 13. Northside coming back out of the huddle from Shabazz Khalid, while Marty Beasley releases the Carroll Chargers from their huddle. And now Northside will inbound against full court pressure. This is interesting. Carroll's going to put on the press with 1:20 left. Hill inbounds. Bad pass midcourt. McKinney got it. And then he falls. And now Mallers has it for Carroll. Crazy ball there. They overthrew the man they tried to inbound it to, but Kinney's so fast, he won the sprint to the ball and fell down. Here's Mallers for Carroll. A 2-point game out in the corner to Jacob Redding. The clock goes under a minute. Redding will dribble all the way up top, give to Kellen Brown between the circles. Left wing Mallers. He will drive. He'll go up, try to finish. Had it partially blocked by Brooks. And the rebound to Devontae Kinney of Northside. He's fouled with 51 seconds. Kellen Brown commits the foul. Devontae Kinney will go to the free throw line at the other end, trying to build a 2-point lead with 51.1 seconds. Brown has 3 personal fouls. We're in overtime. We were tied at 50 at the end of regulation. Northside leads 54-52, and Northside's Devontae Kinney to the free throw line to shoot 2. The 5'9 junior is good, and it's a 3-point lead for Northside. 55-52. Here's Kinney's second. This a big one. Could make it a 4-point lead, and he missed it. It's about the third time Northside's had a chance to lead by 4, and they've missed free throws. A 3-point game, and that's not bad news for Carroll. They've got great 3-point shooters on the floor. Mallers with 38 seconds in the overtime. Gives to Jones. Jones up top. Redding comes off a screen. Right side. His 3 is way short, but he got fouled shooting a 3-pointer. Redding fouled from beyond the arc. He's got 3 free throws to tie up the score, but he's got to hit all 3. Redding, a 6'1 junior, steps to the line with 31.2 seconds left. Elijah Holmes guilty of the foul. Now both teams over the double bonus. But this a 3-shot chance for Jacob Redding. First one is good. Nothing but net. 55-53, Redding with 17 points. 31.2 seconds remain in overtime to make it a 1-point game. Got it. Here's the big one that could tie it up. Redding's hit 2 of 2. Now the third free throw. And a timeout will be called by Shabazz Talik trying to ice Jacob Redding. Redding the junior, the sharpshooter for Marty Beasley and the Carroll Chargers. Got fouled shooting a 3. And if he can convert the third free throw, we'll have a tie game in the last 30 seconds. What a game. You can find me on Twitter at Brett Rump Sports. This game will be archived, and it'll be available for your listening pleasure in repeat fashion coming up later tonight. Of course, both newspapers represented. Be plenty of information online and in print about this contest, but what a great ball game between Northside and Carroll. In overtime, 31.2 seconds remain. We've got a 1-point game and a chance to tie as Carroll's Jacob Redding steps to the line looking for his 19th point. If he can get it, we'll be tied for the last half minute. It's up and good. Nothing but net. Never caught iron. And he went over the line. He takes the point off the board. Jacob Redding went over the line on the third free throw. And the official called it. He backed up. He must have just touched the line with his toes as he let go of the free throw. Nitpicky call by the official. They take the point off the board, and now they're forced to foul, trailing by 1. 55-54. I mean, if he fell into the lane and clearly committed a violation, but I will tell you, it was basically the rubber on the end of his toes that touched the line. And after he released it, he stepped back. So he must have just had enough lean into the free throw that he broke the plane of part of the outside of the line. It was just a tough call. Kinney at the free throw line. Good on the first. It's a 2-point lead with 30.5 seconds. Now Devontae Kinney, a chance to give his team a 3-point lead, and no good. Another miss at the free throw line. Here comes Arius Jones, and a timeout called. Well, the official may be the story, and you hate to see that in a high school basketball game. A lane violation on the shooter after he released it, and he couldn't have broken that line by more than maybe a half inch. 56-54 our score. We've got a full timeout. We'll take a break. You are listening to the championship game of the boys SAC Holiday Tournament on ESPN Radio, 1380 and 100.9 FM.
When an injury knocks you out of the game, call Parkview Sports Medicine. Whether you're an aspiring pro or a recreational athlete, our team of orthopedic surgeons, physical therapists, and athletic trainers will provide you with rapid access to comprehensive care and sport-specific rehabilitation. Parkview Sports Medicine will get you back to the action quickly and safely because the game just isn't the same without you. Call Parkview Sports Medicine today at 260-266-4007 and make our team of expert physicians your dream team. We'll get you back in the game.
You're listening to High School Basketball, presented by Indiana Physical Therapy on ESPN 1380 and 100.9 FM.
We're in overtime with 23.3 seconds remaining. Carroll has the ball. They're down by 2. At midcourt, it's thrown into the backcourt for Arius Jones. The Chargers. Jones to the top of the key. Gives to Kellen Brown. He looks to the right. They don't go anybody, so Brown will drive. It's knocked off Brown and out of bounds. It'll be Northside ball with 11.4 seconds. A turnover of the Carroll Chargers as Brown drove the lane. Kinney reached in, poked the ball off of the leg of Brown, and it shot across the end line. So now Northside inbound with a 2-point lead goes to Keon Brooks, and he's fouled by Brown with 9.3 seconds. And the freshman Keon Brooks steps to the line with 13 points. That's the 4th foul on Kellen Brown. 2 free throws here almost wraps up the game for Keon Brooks. Brooks, the 6'8 freshman. A 2-point lead for Northside. Brooks' free throw is good. 57-54. Northside trying for the 3rd consecutive SAC Holiday Tournament Championship. To give Northside a 4-point lead. Brooks eyes, fires, and hits. 58-54. Last 9 seconds. Jones across the timeline to Martin. Martin up top. Brown, 3. No. Rebound tipped, and that's it. It's over. Northside celebrates. They hand Carroll their first loss of the year, and the Redskins have won their 3rd consecutive Holiday Tournament Championship with a 58-54 overtime win over the Carroll Chargers. Northside has played both overtime championship games in this tournament, 39 years apart, and the Redskins have won them both. Well, we will take a break. We're going to come back. We'll see if we can catch up with Shabazz Khalik of the Northside Redskins, their head coach. I'm sure he's excited. We'll talk to him when we come back. It's high school basketball from the SAC Holiday Tournament presented by Parkview Sports Medicine on ESPN 1380 and 100.9 FM.
It's back. Racing fans' favorite motorsports event returns to Memorial Coliseum for 2 big days. Saturday and Sunday, December 26th and 27th. Prepare yourself for the 18th annual Rumble in Fort Wayne featuring wild indoor auto racing. 2 huge shows. It's fast and furious professional indoor auto racing the whole family will love. Witness cars and stars from across the Midwest of all ages battle on the 1/6 mile track inside the Expo Center. Saturday night and Sunday afternoon, December 26th and 27th. It's the 18th annual Rumble in Fort Wayne featuring wild indoor auto racing. And it's all brought to you by Evans Toyota, Turco, Carroll, Rosenblatt, and Johnston, and Lutheran Medical. Get your tickets now. They're on sale at the Coliseum box office at Ticketmaster.com or pick them up the day of the show. It's the 18th annual Rumble in Fort Wayne featuring wild indoor auto racing. For race time, see RumbleSeries.com. We'll sell you the whole seat, but you'll only need the end. coverage.
From catchy jingles to half-witted characters with memorable one-liners, it seems we're inundated with insurance providers prowling for business everywhere we turn. The options are overwhelming, but I can drown out the noise for you with one personal recommendation. I have found that the key to worry-free coverage is an agent who works with a number of different firms and an agent who really cares about his clients. This is Art Salzberg, and years ago I was fortunate enough to find the perfect provider for my needs. Roger Hoopy of Hoopy Insurance Services is an independent agent who partners with a number of trusted companies like West Bend and Central of Van Wert to provide dependable policies to customers in the Fort Wayne area. I've had a few claims over the years, and Roger has always made certain I receive great service and fast payment. So if you're looking for insurance or aren't satisfied with your current company, don't listen to all the noise. Call Roger and team at 486-7488 for excellent coverage and hometown service. Hoopy Insurance Services congratulates Snyder and Bishop Dwenger on their recent state football titles.
You're listening to High School Basketball, presented by Indiana Physical Therapy on ESPN 1380 and 100.9 FM.
Just a note to D.C. Hendricks, the Capital, working back in ESPN 1380 and 100.9 FM studios, that we will take one more quick timeout, and he can set that up for us, and we will take one more timeout and then wrap it up on a return out here to Wayne High School. Well, this one went to overtime before the Northside Redskins prevailed over the Carroll Chargers 58-54. Keon Brooks, a big second half. He finished the game off with a couple of free throws that essentially put it out of reach for the Carroll Chargers. But the call of the night might have been on the free throw that could have tied it. The third of three free throws for the Carroll Chargers, Jacob Redding. He made the free throw nothing but net. But the official said that he broke the plane of the free throw line on the shot before it got to the basket, and that was a violation. It took a free throw off the board. It gave Northside, or let them keep a 1-point lead, and then eventually they extended it to where it became 4 late in the final 9 seconds. And at that point, Carroll could not come back. But a terrific game, a game of runs, a game of streaks. It was Northside early. Carroll then came back from a 26-15 deficit, eventually leading the game at halftime. Then Northside started the second half on an 8-point run to build a 6-point lead, 44-38, before the Carroll Chargers answered. And then it was tied at 50. That's the way it went to overtime after Northside held the ball for the last minute and a half before setting up what was a final attempt. And it went to overtime. In overtime, Northside prevails 58-54. We were hoping to catch up with Shabazz Khalik right now. He's being interviewed by a couple of the TV stations. I'm not sure if we'll be able to get him to come over. But we're hoping to talk to the Northside coach. For Northside, it's part of a busy week. They're going to be in action in 2 days. On Monday, they are heading to Richmond to compete in the Bob Wettig Memorial Tournament, something they have done in the past. They will do it again this year, and it makes it for a very busy holiday schedule because this today was their third game this week, playing on Tuesday and Wednesday in the quarterfinals and semifinals. And then they came back today. Now they'll go and play a number of games. I think they could play 3 or 4 games in the Bob Wettig Memorial Tournament down in Richmond. And then get back to SAC play after the first of the year. Still a lot to be decided in the Summit Athletic Conference, although Northside does have the early loss to Snyder, and it's their only loss they've got. So Northside now 8-1 on the year. Carroll falls to 7-1 under Marty Beasley, and for Carroll coach Marty Beasley, he'll have to wait to get his 150th coaching victory. Well, we are going to get Shabazz Khalik come up here and join us, and I'm going to get the headset all set up here for the coach. The winning coach. It's becoming old hat because this is the third time in a row now that Northside has won this tournament. Coach, first of all, Congratulations. Third time in a row.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, each one is just as sweet as the next one because you have a different group each time. So special for those guys.
You know, you came out that first game a little bit flat. I don't know if you're looking past Concordia, but it seemed to be maybe that opening game could have been a little bit of a trap game because I know your guys wanted that shot at Snyder again after what happened on your opening floor. But once you got their attention in that second half, you played pretty well throughout the tournament.
I agree. You know, I tell our guys in the morning game, the best team doesn't always win. It's the team that's most prepared. You see that in the regional. You know, a lot of teams get upset in the regional morning game just because they're not ready to go. So we had talked about that, and I thought we were flat, and Concordia did a good job, and they were ready to go and made it an interesting game. And then after that, you know, obviously our guys started to pick it up, started to execute a little bit better, got the ball where it needed to go. And I think Friday's loss to Snyder really got their attention because they relied on talent so much that they felt like they didn't need us. And then once we lost on Friday to Snyder, they realized that, hey, it's a collective group. You have a lot of talent, but if you don't listen to your coaches, you're not going to be successful. And we see the results of that now.
First half really had trouble getting Jalen involved in the offense. Carroll really packed it in, and he didn't have shooters out there to maybe provide something to break them out of that zone. What did you do at halftime? What kind of changes did you make? Jalen got more touches in that second half.
Well, we talked about not looking for Jalen right away initially. To make a couple ball reversals, catch them where they're slow, to get to them and then get the ball inside. We knew they were going to come down and collapse, and guys had to have their hands ready, and guys had to make enough shots. Obviously, you know, we don't shoot the ball as well as they do, but we make enough shots to keep them honest. I thought Juan Quarles did a tremendous job coming off the bench and you know, shooting them a little bit out of that sagging man, and then even Elijah Long hit a three, and Elijah Holmes hit a couple mid-range jumpers early, but they stuck with their game plan still in spite of that. So credit to them and what they were trying to do, and they made all their free throws and we didn't make ours, so it made it more interesting down the stretch.
Well, congratulations, 3 in a row, coach, and you'll get to be a chance now to be the first team to do it 4 in a row next year. So
well, we look forward to it.
And I'll tell you this too, good luck down in Richmond. I know you've got a busy week. I don't know who does your schedule, but they do not want you to have any holiday break.
No holiday time. I don't mind it. You know, my wife probably is upset about it, but I don't mind it because we need the time to bond and build, and every time we've gone down to Richmond, we've been a better team coming back, so hopefully that stays true this year.
All right, and I know the game I think right before yours is maybe Valparaiso, so say hello to old friend Barrett Coleman for
I got you. No problem. I'll see him down there.
All right, Shabazz Kalik joining us. Congratulations, Coach.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
And we will take our final break. We'll come back then and wrap it up here at Wayne High School. Again, the final score, 58-54, Northside a winner over the Carroll Chargers. You're listening to the SAC Holiday Tournament, the men's championship game, presented by Parkview Sports Medicine on ESPN Radio 1380 and 100.9 FM.
The north side of Fort Wayne needed a sports headquarters, and now you have it. Welcome to Doozy Sports Bar and Grill and Hotel Fort Wayne on Washington Center and Coldwater Road. Open daily 11 to 11 or earlier or later, depending on when your game's on. You want sports? We've got them all. You want big screens? Well, we've got 27 big screens, so there's not a bad seat in the house. And with our NFL ticket, you'll catch every play of every game from that seat. Before you shoot a game of pool, it's time to order one of our game day specials with $6.50 domestic draft pitchers and our $6.95 Doozy's baskets filled with your choice of pulled pork, coney dogs, our famous smoked wings, and much more. And make Doozy's your new lunch spot with our new Pick 2 lunch menu, only $7.95. You like specials? We do with our 50-cent Wing Wednesdays, Smokin' Hot Thursdays with barbecue baskets, baby back ribs, and 14-hour slow-smoked beef brisket, and fabulous fish and chips Fridays. So what do you say about a 27 big screen sports bar on Fort Wayne's north side with amazing food? About time! Doozy's in Hotel Fort Wayne on Washington Center and Coldwater Road.
Now back to high school basketball, presented by Indiana Physical Therapy on ESPN 1380 and 100.9 FM.
Back at Wayne High School, final time. It's the 7th SAC tournament title for Northside and their 3rd in a row. Next year, the Redskins can try to make history. No team has ever claimed 4 in a row in this SAC holiday tournament presented by Parkview Sports Medicine. Northside prevails in overtime tonight against the Carroll Chargers, 58-54. Redskins now stand 8-1 on the season, while the Carroll Chargers suffer their first loss in their 8th game. Well, that will wrap it up for us. I want to thank everybody involved with high school basketball, and especially thank the staff here at Wayne High School. Appreciate the hospitality, as always, for our tournament host out here at Wayne. Big thanks to the coaches that joined us on the program earlier today. Homestead's girls basketball coach Rod Parker, as his Homestead girls prevailed on the girls' side of this tournament, 100-40 over the Southside Lady Archers. And thanks to Shabazz Khalik, the Northside Redskins coach, as his Northside Redskins prevail over the Carroll Chargers. Thanks to D.C. Hendricks, the Capital, who has spent the day back in the ESPN 1380 and 100.9 FM studios, keeping us on the air, keeping the commercials alive, and keeping in my ear and trying to keep me in line throughout the day. Also, thanks to ESPN 1380 and 100.9 FM program director Mike Ragazzoni for helping to keep these high school games on the air. Big thanks to our tournament sponsor, Parkview Sports Medicine, for making sure that we could cover all of the semifinal games and both championships. Otherwise, you would have not heard all of the action over the couple of days here at Wayne that we were able to provide for you. Also, thanks all year long, the support from Indiana Physical Therapy to help bring games your way from start to finish, November to March. They are a supporter of high school sports here on ESPN 1380 and 100.9 FM. So that will do it. For Ryan Dellinger, who was along in Wednesday's semifinals but spends the time in Florida now, I am Brett Rump. Again, our final score: the Northside Redskins are your SAC Holiday Tournament boys champion with a 58-54 win over the Carroll Chargers. This has been a special sports presentation from the SAC Holiday Tournament presented by Parkview Sports Medicine on ESPN Radio 1380 and 100.9 FM.
Now back to our regularly scheduled ESPN program on ESPN Radio 1380.